All right, this is a tank I just found in the trash. As you can see, it needs to be completely cleaned and it needs to be resealed, recaulked on the inside. And I want to start a new landscape or aquascape, which will be like good and evil. I'll have like a mountain on the one side and like a with all just no planting at all, and the other side will be green. And I'm going to try to do it as cheap as possible with found objects. So I'm going to reseal it and clean it off camera. I will only use this tank if I can get all this off. All right, so this is all covered just with the soil or stream dirt, sand, whatever. I didn't clean that at all, sift it, anything. So the problem that you see, there were like bottles and broken bottles in the stream, but I tried not to get any of that stuff in there. But I did find a fuse, part of a fuse from a car. And then now on this side, I'm going to put some topsoil from my yard. I'm not sifting that either. There's leaves, sticks, all kinds of stuff in there. It's just something I want to mess around with and see. This side too, there's probably pine needles, rocks, little twigs, all kinds of stuff. I did that on my other aquarium and it's doing really well, so that's what I'm doing here. Alright, so I'm slopping around, I'm making a mess of it. It's kind of what I'm looking for. Although the main problem I'm going to have to achieve the look that I want is I can't find any inexpensive ground cover. Like, I don't know how people do it, but like a little tiny little thing like this, a little cup at PetSmart is $10, and I see people doing scapes with like 10 of them. I can't afford that. So I might just get some bamboo that I can buy, the Lucky bamboo to run across the back, get some plants from my son, from his tank, and put them in there, some water wisteria. But as far as ground cover, I really wanted green, but I might take a ride to a nice fish store that's about an hour away. They sell plants, and they're pretty cheap, but I don't know how much their like dwarf hairgrass or whatever ground cover might cost. So for now, I'm probably going to put some pebbles in the front that I've got with a junk fish tank that someone gave me. So we'll see. All right, I did buy one pack of dwarf hairgrass at PetSmart. I looked at Petco, they really didn't have anything. And as I said, the really good fish store that I would like to buy stuff, they're about an hour away. So this is 10 bucks. I have this. I'm going to try to spread it out as best I can. I did find a few rocks in that same stream that have some green, I'm assuming it's algae growing on it. I know it's introducing algae, but that's going to happen anyway. And I am going to spread, just as an experiment, some supermarket chia seeds just along the back. I know this it's probably just a waste of time, but it's not going to hurt anything. And I was almost tempted to buy these seeds that you see on Amazon, ground cover. But as I looked into it, it looks like people are saying they look like chia seeds and they didn't last. Some of them, other people said they did. So I like using things around the house. If I didn't mention it before, everything I do, like projects, I do with cash. I don't spend like the money I earn at my jobs. It's just extra money that I get from selling things or doing odd jobs. So I have a family of 6. That's why I do things the way I do. Some people hate it. Some people love it to see you do things on a budget. But I can't spend $100 on plants or more that other people do. I do have a few of these lucky bamboo that I borrowed from another tank. I have a couple more that I can borrow from another tank too that's pretty well grown. And I might get a few more this weekend and add them in as I go. They're $5 each, and that's not a bad investment. To me, this could just die off. All right, well, besides the chia seeds, which are growing, I also added 3 different types of land moss. This one's the most kind of hairy, I would say, not as dense. This one I am the most, not confident, but the most kind of like optimistic that it might work, just because it was the closest to the water and kind of, but I don't know, this one is kind of similar to what was growing on this rock, so I don't know. And what I'm also doing is just adding a little bit of water each day, just to get everything used to the water, hopefully. I did have a jar. I'm collecting these father fish type jars from the same stream that I got the dirt and the rocks, and there's snails in there. They would be considered pest snails by most people, but I'm putting them in there. They're living, so I'm assuming, everything's going well so far. So I'll just keep adding water, keep spraying these. I got a spray bottle with from the dollar store. So I'm just spraying it every day, a little bit here, then covering it with plastic. Also give a little spray I have up here. I have 4 or 5 lucky bamboo. I'm going to get this stick here and wrap this around there with some thread and stick that in there. It'll be similar in size to the lucky bamboo, and hopefully it'll give me some more green over there. So here's what it looks like, all wrapped up with thread. I'm not going to wrestle with it on camera, but I'm going to put it in there and then hopefully stick it into the soil and then put some rocks around it. But if I have to, I'll take it out and glue it. So it's pretty cloudy in there. That'll clear up. But I do have 2 things that I'm trying to hold the pothos or pothos. They have suction cups on the back. This one was $1.25, as you can see, at Dollar Tree. And there's holes in it, which you can enlarge. Or I might use it for that plant that's hanging there. This is an angel wing begonia. I thought that might go there. Pop it on, and then I can do like a clear zip tie around it. then I have this, which I forget what this was, but this was $4 from Walmart. It might have been for toothbrushes or something, I don't know. But it's like in the kitchen and bath section. I probably wouldn't buy this again because of the price, and I would just stick with the sponge holder that's just $1.25. So the tank has been up and running for a few months now. I did remove one of the large stumps because it was just not staying down, and also gives more swim room for the fish. I currently have 4 giant Danios, 4 glow light tetras, 1 angelfish, and 1 rainbow fish, rainbow shark, I should say. The rainbow shark and everything they're all small, but I haven't lost any fish. They're all the same ones that I put in there. I added them one group at a time. I started with the giant Danios, then the tetras, then the rainbow shark, and then the angelfish. There's a sweet potato in there too, which is growing roots, but it hasn't grown any leaves. I have the lucky bamboo, and I also have the angel wing begonia. And there's water wisteria, and there's another type of water plant that I'm not sure what it is, but we bought that for my son's tank, and I took a cutting from him. And I was correct that the moss that I thought might grow underwater is growing underwater, and it's hard to see on this camera because I'm getting so many reflections, but it's getting new growth. And there's also like algae and moss growing where I wanted it to grow. So I will update this tank as it matures. So thanks for checking this out, and remember, this all started with a trash picked aquarium that I sealed myself, and I didn't show that because I didn't feel that I needed to show that because it's been done so many times. So if you like this good and evil aquarium, please like, subscribe, and like I said, I will update it in the future.